Hi everyone, it's Lindsay and this is my co-host Bibby. This is my weight loss diary. I am trying to follow a plant-based diet and eat 50-50 plates, which is half non-starchy vegetable, half starchy vegetable, and I am trying to lose weight and change lifelong habits. If you watched last week, you know that I was a little bit nervous about weight loss this week because I was going out of town with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law and my husband Jeff, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to control myself. I thought there'd be a lot of temptation and that we would be eating out a lot. So I'm going to just kind of talk about how that went, show you some of the foods that I ate throughout the week, and then I'm going to get to the weigh-in and tell you about some of my plans for the future. So when we went to Memphis, we were gone for 5 days, 4 nights, and we were fortunate to rent a Airbnb. So it was a good opportunity to be able to prepare a lot of our food ourselves. And come to find out that my sister-in-law and brother-in-law were kind of on the same page as Jeff and I as far as eating out. So we actually only ate out twice on our entire trip. And I'm pretty proud of that. And I feel like I ate pretty well, like I ate what I wanted to, and I ate until I was full. I even had some snacks. I'm going to kind of show you some of the stuff I ate over the entirety of the trip. I don't have a picture of everything, but I can show you some of the things. So the first day that we got there was the first time that we ate out, and we ate at a Colombian restaurant. I'll try and find the name of it and put it up here somewhere. And I had never had Colombian food before. I had gotten a avocado arepa and a salad, and I actually took my salad and mixed it with the arepa because it was a lot of guacamole, and it was pretty good. I'm glad I tried it, but I don't know that I would go for it regularly. The thing that was really delicious though at this place is they have a special juice that they had, and I think it was the passion fruit that I liked the most, but I also tried a juice from a fruit called a lulo, which was something I was not familiar with before, so that was kind of nice. So I ended up eating that for dinner and ate my leftovers from it the next day. The next day we went and visited Graceland and, got to do the whole cheesiness of seeing Elvis's house. And we spent several hours there and then had to take out a second mortgage on my house to go to Whole Foods. That's how it feels every time I go to Whole Foods, at least. I don't know if you guys have a Whole Foods where you live, but I rarely go there. But I'm used to shopping at Walmart and maybe Schnucks, and so when I go to Whole Foods, it's like I bought cornstarch and it was $5. So anyway, it's cheaper than eating out, at least that's what I told myself. So we got a bunch of groceries at Whole Foods, and I just made myself food, and then later that evening made food for everyone else, made tofu stir fry. And then our third day there, we went to visit the weird Bass Pro Pyramid. And then we tried these electric bikes because we were going to go across the bridge on the electric bike, but unfortunately the bridge was closed. Things kind of just didn't work out. We were going to try and ride the elevator up in the Bass Pro Pyramid. That was shut down because of weather for some reason. And then the e-bike bridge thing was shut down. But we did get to ride the e-bikes around town a little bit. After that, we went and had some lunch at our Airbnb, and then we decided to do one other short little thing. And this was kind of like a hidden gem that you wouldn't normally think about in Memphis, but it's this place called the Crystal Shrine Grotto, and it's like the story of Jesus that someone created in the 30s. It's in part of a memorial park, like a graveyard area, and it's just free to visit, and it's just so beautiful. It's like a little cave that's just really pretty, and it's got really nice artwork. So that was really cool, something kind of off the beaten path to do in Memphis. And throughout, I pretty much stuck with a 50-50 plate. 50% starchy, 50% non-starchy. I did have some snacks. I had some of those pretzel balls dipped in mustard. I did have like these chocolate muffin things, like a few things like that, but nothing too crazy or too indulgent. But I felt pretty satisfied and felt like I could snack and like eat. And I felt like I was doing pretty good, but I was still unsure because I had no way of weighing in. The last day that we did stuff in Memphis was a visit to the Civil Rights Museum, and then we went to this place called Slave Haven, which was a house that was part of the Underground Railroad. That was pretty interesting. And then this was the other time that we ended up eating out. We went to a restaurant called Plant-Based Heat, and it was basically vegan comfort food. I was pretty excited about this. It's not very often I can find a restaurant that is just vegan food. It was really busy there. We had to wait an hour for our food, but I'm happy to say that I felt like it was worth it. And this might not have been like the most healthy vegan food, but it was pretty tasty, and every now and then you gotta indulge a little. The plant-based heat was mostly like a lunch type meal. It was like our middle of the day meal. So late at that night I was feeling hungry, and I came this close to just sabotaging and ordering pizza. Luckily it didn't work out. I was trying to order a Jets pizza, and they had like closed earlier than what it said online and said it wouldn't deliver. And I didn't really want Domino's or Pizza Hut, but I like messed around trying to order food for a while, and eventually just gave up and accepted that I could try and eat some of the food that was left there, that just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean I need to eat pizza. And I ended up pretty happy with what I ate, and it was way more healthy than what I would have done. And each day, like, we spent most of the day doing stuff, and then the second half of the day just kind of chilling out at the Airbnb. We played games, we watched movies, we got into the hot tub every night. And if you haven't done this, I highly recommend a hot tub in January, because it's horrible when you first step outside, but going into that water, there's just something about that hot to cold that just makes you feel more alive and more awake. And we really enjoyed using the hot tub at the Airbnb. So anyway, then it was pretty much the last night there. Slept, got up, got in the car, 5-hour drive home, and back to reality. And that was yesterday that I got back. So I'm still pretty tired and worn out from the visit. It was an excellent trip, and I was anxious to see how I did this morning, how the weigh-in would go. So last week I weighed 156.4, and here's my weigh-in. So last week I was 156.4, and this week I'm 155.4. I'm super stoked because I feel like I got to eat pretty much whatever I want. I indulged a little bit, you know. I even ate some cake. It was a good trip, and it was good food, and it went well. Some of my plans going forward are just to get more active. I'm pretty good about consistently working out 3 days a week with a personal trainer, but I wanted to up my game a little bit. My sister-in-law invited Jeff and I to go on a 5K. I think it's in May. It might be March. I can't remember. She's been doing some running. I hate running, but I want to get better. So I've decided that on the days I don't go to the gym, that I'm going to start out doing a mile on those days. And today was the first day I did it. I did a mile in 10 minutes and 57 seconds, which is pretty decent for me because I don't run the entire thing. I want to get to the point where I can run the entire thing, but I'm not there yet. The other thing I plan on doing is yoga with Adrian for 30 days. And this is all part of me trying to get into a better routine. So I'm going to post a link in the description below, and you can see the 30-day yoga thing. It's free to do. And that's what I'm going to be doing every day, in addition to the gym or running. A big part of why I want to get into a routine is because my break ends next Tuesday. I've been off from college for 5 weeks, and I have to start that up again next week. So I'm just going to try and get in a routine, try and stay disciplined, and hope for the best, and hopefully lose some more weight next week. So that's all I have for you guys. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and the support helps a lot. So that's all I got. I'll see you next week. Thank you.